Care delivered in the normal way it's not person-centred, it's based on a rota. So they mainly come out of hospital and they're given the care package and you read the care plan and you're in and out half-hour calls. So you've got a half-hour time frame to go in, maybe make their dinner, wash them, dress them, and you don't even have time to have a conversation with them. And that's what most people really need, is to talk to them as well and see what they need. So in the Buurtzorg model, you can use your own initiative. You could look at that woman in the morning and you could say, well, she's not very happy today. I'm going to spend a bit more time with her today, because every day ain't the same. Some days with depression, they're not well, other days they're better. So you have to adapt. You can adapt with a Buurtzorg. You can't adapt with the normal care. With the normal system, you have to wait 6 weeks for an assessment, plus you have to wait a year for the yearly assessment. With the normal system, then it's normally run through an agency, and agencies want to keep the work, so they will just do the ongoing care and the rota. With your system, the Buurtzorg way, I was able to reduce the hours. So I went from 20 hours to 8 hours within 6 weeks. So that saves a lot of money.
Normal care setting, I wouldn't be accepting referrals. Yeah, it's my manager's job to go for the, on-the-spot assessment, risk assessment and all that. So all I have to do is just go in for my shift and do my work the way I'm trained to do. So that's different.
My mum's care was from a different carer each day. It wasn't consistent. There was no structure for long-term friendship because they would change. She never knew who she was going to be seeing. There was a vast group of people, whereas compared to the Living Well team, mainly Julia and definitely Tabriz, on a regular basis has been able to build those friendships and those complete care packages with a huge umbrella that covers lots of different things, that's been solely for his benefit, as opposed to writing something down and logging it and ticking the boxes. On the first day they sought a connection with him, something about his past, something about where he'd lived, something about his family, and then once they had that empathy, then they built on that on a regular basis, expanding each time, especially Julia and Tabriz, and having more contact with us as well gave them more information about him, so that they then had more to talk to him about. And that's, I think, one of the things about it, is he didn't just see them as carers. He enjoyed their company. He enjoyed having them around. He enjoyed being with them. He enjoyed their conversation. The app for us that we had downloaded on our phones was of great benefit to the family. You could see exactly what the care had been that day. It was reported back to you on each time there was a visit. So if there was 3 visits a day, there was 3 reports. There was icons to show what had been covered, so maybe there was household work done, maybe there was some personal care, maybe there was some washing done, and with the icons you could see what had actually happened. Each time I emailed or texted or spoke to them on the phone, I was speaking to them as opposed to speaking to different people within an agency. They knew directly what was going on.
Living Well Local, the Buurtzorg model, was different because they were self-managing team, and they were given that opportunity to make decision and to find solution themselves rather than coming to somebody else to get that done, especially in regards to the rota, because the timing about when they were going to see the customer, how the care was delivered, was kind of discussed with the customers. They were put at the center of everything rather than meeting the needs of the business, but putting the customer to when they wanted that help, how they wanted that support to be delivered, and liaising with the wider network, including family members and other professionals involved in that customer's life. So that give them freedom to make the decision and reduce some of the issues and concerns and bureaucracies usually that come in the normal care setting, including the challenges. I think that was the best part, and even now I have so many examples in regards to how this team worked to support individuals. When I went to observe one of the Living Well workers as part of the care certificate, I did ask a few questions in regards to customers' medication, because I could see that medication weren't some issues concerned because they weren't in the blister pack. And what the Living Well work did, he contacted the family, he phoned the GP, he phoned the pharmacist, and everything was done without asking, and was done in a very quick way. In a couple of days, with the family support, the medication were delivered in the blister pack, which was helping the customer to take his medication independently rather than going through the manager, going out and doing another assessment, waiting for the assessment to be agreed, and that was done quick. Was best way to support customer to kind of maintain their independence and do their in their best ability.
While you are rushing them, doing things for them, you keep doing it for you. But if you take your time, within 1 or 2 months, they'll be able to do whatever they want to do, and they will be left only to face it once in a blue moon. I have a gentleman who used to have a visit from the nurses every morning and every evening. When I met him, I said, "You don't need to be doing that." I talked to the nurse. I said, "Teach him how to do it. Now that he can see clearly, he will know if it's 8 or 9 or 10. We sat down, we did that the first week, the second week, before the nurse arrived, he will do his insulin by himself. Up to now, he carry on doing it by himself. So they should adopt this system.
In a standard model of care, you'd be given the time and you'd be given the task. There's no flexibility in it. To me, it's almost a adulterated version of care. I mean, it's not to me what care should be like. But under the Buurtzorg model, we had the flexibility. I mean, for my customer, for example, simple things like getting a haircut, it did so much for him. So under this model, I was able to do that, go with him to the barbers and get his hair done. And he really loved it. I mean, he used to look forward to it every 3 weeks when I did it. So I was able to take him out and do that. Now under a conventional model, if that wasn't on his care plan, it'd be a big no. Simple things that really cheered him up and really made a big difference to his personal dignity.
From going from a team of carers, some of them have never worked in care previously, some of them had long experience of being carers, but really their ability to make a difference in people's lives because they could just pick up the phone, they could just make things happen. And I think the feedback that they got from their clients and from the families and people around those clients was very, very moving actually, because they managed to achieve all sorts of beneficial outcomes for clients who otherwise would have been admitted to hospital, who would have been admitted to care homes, who wouldn't have been discharged from hospital as quickly, and actually managed to have dignity, stay in their own homes and be looked after by a fantastic group of people.